calling. Hello, everyone. As always, it's your favourite weird Uncle Jay Lynch, joined as always by your suitably sound cousin, Jonny Stone. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good. I just wanted to ask you that before we announced our little surprise. We're very, very excited about this.
I am beyond excited for what we're doing today.
I think it's your time to shine. Can you announce the guest?
Well, we have a guest
We have
in
a
real
guest.
life.
More.
Because don't get me wrong, we've had a digital guest. We had Niall.
He had fingers.
He had fingers.
Digital
And otherwise, and he was a delight. But it's nothing like having the person in the flesh.
Yes. Oh, I've said that for many a year. Cold Ethel by Alice Cooper is all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go back 2 episodes ago. No, we are so blessed and lucky to have a Glasgow institution, probably Glasgow's most beloved entertainer. Karen Dunbar was not available.
No.
Nor were Frankie or Josie. Now that the restraining order has lifted, after having many, many months, dare I say years of having a lot of aggro from the police,
Yeah.
I'm really happy to have her joining us today, taking time out of our busy schedule of walking through live minefields in Angola to spend time with us today. Nothing more to say than welcome to Miss Bella Houston.
It's me!
Hello, Bella.
Can you believe it? Michelle McManus was unavailable, so I was next on the list. Here I am.
You were top of the bottom list. If that's
I was, yes, because I'm cheap and I'm available, which is also my Tinder profile,
Yes,
so
well,
that's why I'm here.
It was also you were the first bottom on our list.
Finally, yes.
yes, finally, yes,
Oh, you're
indeed.
making a gauge. Oh, well done, dear.
Oh,
well
no,
done.
not at all. Bottoming can be universal, love. Don't you worry.
Oh,
There's
no, I was proud of you.
Oh, thank
I was
you.
proud.
How does it feel to be a heterosexual?
Well, I don't know.
I think Marsha P. Johnson said it best herself when said, it's fucking class.
Interesting, he cut you in there.
I thought you were asking me.
I was looking at Bella when I said, how's it feel to meet a heterosexual?
Oh, I don't look at you.
Well, that'll do it.
I'm just wondering if you're the uncle and you're the cousin. Am I the slightly drunk auntie?
Fantastic.
Am I the
love that.
unappropriate auntie you don't invite for Christmas because she's going to make a scene and dribble? That'll be me.
That's us.
And she will do a speech, but no one's asking to
No
hear
one's
it.
asking. She'll be dancing facing the corner. That's really what I do. So
And how have you been, Bella?
I've been marvellous, dear. I'm run off my little feet. I'm here, there and everywhere doing things, spreading the joy.
Oh, well, good. Last time I saw you, you were, I see, with adoring fans and plenty of onlookers at Delmonica's.
I do frequent, bless. I think they've tried to get rid of
Do
me.
they know you're coming, or?
No, it's whenever I take my right medication on my pill box, I just rock up.
Oh,
I know when I get to the Sunday compartment on my pill box, it's time to go and do bingo.
Yes, that'll do it. That'll do it. Do you have any bingo tips just before we get into the nitty
That's a
gritty?
good little thing, yeah.
I don't know if you know, Bella is of course the bingo
course.
hostess of Glasgow. What do you think makes the best or the perfect bingo game?
I think making sure your dabber has a moist tip. You really don't want a dry tip.
No.
You want to make sure there's a good flow on that.
Can I ask what a dabber is?
A dabber's where you pop your numbers down.
Oh,
my
the
dear.
wee pen.
The wee thing.
Oh, they're
Yes.
class.
Oh, they're marvellous,
Yeah,
my
I
darling.
didn't know
You
they
sit
had a
there.
name.
No, my gran could work 3 books at once. She was like that. She was,
Amazing.
That's a very active dabber right there.
oh, her dabber sparks were flying off it.
Well,
But she summered in Blackpool.
oh,
so she had to,
that'll
bless
do it.
her.
That'll do it.
That's all you can do.
That's a lovely dress you have on.
Thank you. Well, I wanted to blend in. Because I've been watching your previous, what do we call these episodes?
Well, we say
Attempts. I've
yes.
been watching your previous attempts, and the dress code has been sort of stag do at an airport.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd dress down. I thought I'd go for a modest day dress.
The very day I wear a hoodie with wolves on it.
Could you talk us through this choice?
Yes, it was £3 on Vinted, and I thought it was funny, and I'm going to wear it till it is. It's been 4 months.
Well, I love your confidence.
Thank you so much.
Do you know what else I love? Have you ever seen those people that wear fleeces that have pictures of sort of landscapes and wolves on the
Yes,
side?
you often
Where
get
do they
them-
source them?
Probably next to the people who play the panpipes on City
Yes.
Hall
Yeah.
Street.
And it's always Chiquitita on the
Yes.
panpipes, isn't it?
Tell me what's wrong. Love that, or Laugh the Mohicans as well.
Yes. They do a loop, don't they? And the manager's Despacito.
I was going to say.
Yes, there's
big,
always
big,
a Despacito
course.
outside
the
Poundland, isn't there?
Despacito King.
One time, Jay was arranging a scavenger hunt
Yes.
for his now wife's 30th birthday, and you had to go and find somebody to sing or play Happy Birthday at the on the video. And I asked the person who plays the kind of the violin horn machine.
Horny violin.
Yes, horny violin.
hybrid.
Would you mind playing Happy Birthday? And he, with a huge scowl, just played Despacito. And I felt that was all I was going to get that day.
Do you think, like Celine at the Olympics, it's entirely live?
Now that you've mentioned
When
it.
he's doing it, is there a little Fisher Price cassette player that's playing Despacito on a loop.
Perhaps you're playing with fire, suggesting that it wasn't live. Just saying.
What, the Despacito or Celine? What do
At the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
She was up a tower in a storm, wasn't she?
That's
God
true.
love
And the
her.
piano was soaking.
And she had a very severe bun.
Mhm.
That would have impeded her range somewhat.
Do you think we're likely to see her in Basel?
No, there's been a whole load of argy-bargy and toing and throwing about that, hasn't there? Because someone said she's been approached, and then there was a leak saying, oh no, she's not doing it at all. So I don't know. I don't think she remembers she did Eurovision.
No.
I don't think she's got any record. I think it's like saying, do you remember that day the photocopier broke down? I don't think, it was just a day at work. I don't think she remembers at all.
I like when you ask Celine a question and she'll respond with an irrelevant song.
Yeah.
It'll be things like, so Celine, how does it feel to have this comeback after so long? And she'll, she works hard for the money. Work hard for the money. And then the person's like, but how does it feel to work? It's always a response
And
to
there's
the
the one
music.
where she was flogging handbags in Paris, and the director said, is there a man in your life? And she's saying, some rat like a diamond. For no reason whatsoever. Uncalled for.
Yes.
Poor Celine.
I don't think she'll be back.
Have you seen this? She's in a terrible film on the Netflix. Have you seen it?
Oh, is she?
Oh, playing herself. Yes, it's a romantic comedy, and she sort of plays a matchmaker who...
Because if you wanting dating advice,
You
it's
go
from Child Bride.
It's from the
Celine
man.
Dion.
Dear Rennie, thank you for waiting for me. Yes, that's who you go to.
Oi, oi, oi. Not great. So,
Amazing.
There is an unauthorized biopic of her, but it's not her, it's someone called Aileen. And it's all like very, very close to real life, but just close to that. It's far away enough that it's not a litigious matter.
So it's sort of the Tamu version of Celine.
Yes, I had Aileen Bion or something.
Leon, Lion.
Yeah.
To bring it back to Eurovision, I have seen her Celine outfit, the Celine Eurovision outfit.
Oh, really?
In the
Have
flesh.
you?
Yes, they had an exhibition at the ABBA Museum. It was right next to Mon's leather trousers, so this glass was a bit smeared next to those. Oh, there was a lot of dribbling.
Scratch and sniff.
A lot of scratching and sniff. But Celine's outfit, and can I say, in the flesh, it's even worse than you imagine. It's absolutely horrific. God love her. And you just don't see the very brittle perm that she had and that tooth that sort of
bless
started
her.
under her eye.
I love the little postcard video of her on the tractor in Ireland,
Yeah, of course.
having the time of her life. She's like, and you get the impression that she'd just be happy to be there, even if there weren't.
She wouldn't know where there was,
She didn't know
though.
where it was. And my favourite Celine Eurovision related story is when, do you remember, because Bruce Forsyth, his daughter wrote the song that she beat old Scott, what's his name, who looks like
Scott Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald,
looks like he
yeah.
works in Greg's.
Yes.
And
Currently does.
So she beat him by 1 point. And then years later, 1998, she's on the lottery singing My Heart Will Go On. Bruce Forsyth hosting starts having a go at her about it. And she doesn't have a clue. She's going, and they never gave you up. I didn't get it. And she's going,
Now then.
I don't know what you mean. I'm going to sing a song. You know, she didn't have a clue what was going on. But he held on to that. And I admire that.
I don't know. Can Celine say the word foresight? I don't even think so.
No.
No.
She didn't.
I think it's for the
No,
best she didn't even
no.
try.
No.
Well, speaking of previous winners, you might have noticed that I'm wearing some off-brand merchandise because we were quite busy last night, weren't we, Jay?
It was a busy all night of being the tall guy in the venue that everyone hates.
Yes.
That's who I am in most venues. So I stood at the back. It was great.
Do people use you? Do they phone and say, on by the tall man? And they come and meet
I
you?
wouldn't
They
be
use you-
surprised if
they
that's
use you
the
as a
case.
landmark.
Yeah, it's the best way you can use me, to be honest with you. I'm like, if you know in Shawlands, you know that wee ginger cat Freddy.
Oh, of
yes.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
yes.
Irving Street legend.
Yeah, he's literally on Google Maps a landmark, a tourist attraction.
Nice.
That's me in the O2 Academy. That tall guy over there with the weird head. That's
One time, Auntie and I were at a gig and we're both wearing black. And my auntie turned to it and she's 4'10", 4'11", and I'm not far
Equally.
off. And she went, "Are we just a gap? People think we're just a gap." And
Just go through.
no, proceed. No, last night we
Yeah.
saw Loreen, which is very
In the O2,
exciting.
yeah,
My
she was
second time seeing her, your first time seeing her.
no.
Your second time seeing
I
her.
saw her with you. I was the tall guy beside you.
Oh, that was you.
I was that telephone pole you
You were the
leaned
one getting all
against.
that phone signal.
Yes, yeah, I was the signal.
Yeah.
No, my wife's first time. So
Oh.
you're mixing me up with my wife again. But yeah, it was the second time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first one.
That's what I was saying to Bella beforehand. I completely agree. I thought this was a much livelier set.
I love, it really was. The club mix of kind of remixes of songs were really energetic. I love her form of energy. It was very, do you remember that opera singer for Australia who was up on the bean
Oh,
pole?
yes.
It was not a million miles away from those movements, just with her legs rather than a pole. You know, she was just kind of swaying.
Oh, those hips must have been sore.
I'd say so. I don't even know if they're real hips. You know what I mean?
No.
That could be just. She could be ABBA Voyage there.
I like the big ring in the middle. I thought it worked really well. It gave the illusion of being vacuumed at any given moment.
We're a high class podcast.
Absolutely.
I liked it. The staging was really good. Yeah, she was nice. I loved. So we've obviously got "I Love You Baku."
Oh,
and now we've got
Glasgow.
Haunting. Not a lover of. So she played the of Euphoria.
Yes.
And everyone obviously goes
Yes.
crazy. She says, "Oh, you know what song's coming up?" 9 minutes
Oh, be quiet. I'll wait with you.
of
Hen.
tempting and teasing.
Oh, we've got an Uber on the way.
She sang a song called "I'm Gonna Sing the Song Soon."
Uh-huh.
In between, and I was like, "You want me to sing the song? I'm gonna sing the
I
song."
wonder if there
My
was
wife
either
was
a-
timing it.
I
was
wonder
like,
if
"I'm
there was a
leaving."
technical issue or maybe a vocal issue because she did say, I might some help with this. We also, of course, got the darling.
Yeah.
We got,
Are you
now
going-
are you over here?
Are you going to dance?
Are you going to dance?
So she was basically edging you for 9 minutes.
Yes.
She was tempting you with her
To-
euphoria.
to Euphoria?
She
Yeah.
was teasing you with it. which is
Slouching
a
towards
minx.
Bethlehem, edging towards Euphoria. So you went for an off-brand.
Yes, I went to the merchant outside. It says Lorraine.
Good. And it is her.
It is her.
7 fingers, but it's her.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been Lorraine Kelly if they just Googled the wrong picture. Can you
Yes.
imagine there?
absolutely. And in the back, it does have all the dates.
Oh, does it?
I'm not gonna.
Don't investigate.
Nah.
You know,
No.
the
It
fifth
might,
of,
I might actually disintegrate by the time this finishes.
the
yes,
fifth
and
of
that's-
spamury.
I don't think that's going to wash well, dear.
No,
Lord.
but thankfully I don't wash anyway, so I
You're
don't
good,
really have
just
to worry about it.
Balances out.
I'm quite sad I didn't go, but I was saying to Jonny, over the last year I've seen Lorraine probably more times than I've seen my own mother. Because
Right.
I saw her last time I saw her at the concert in Amsterdam. I randomly saw her in a theme park in Stockholm. So I felt she wasn't, she was performing. She wasn't just on a
Oh,
ride.
she
She was
wasn't,
just
yeah.
It's like when you meet Goofy at Disneyland.
Yes, you would
The
queue up.
Lorraine.
No, because Gruna Lund in Stockholm, I'd say that your Swedish listeners will probably be furious at my pronunciation, but they have a stage in the middle, and summers they have a turn, and just the night I was there, it was Lorraine.
Is that the open air thing they do in Sweden?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I've
Oh,
seen.
love the
I've
open
seen her
air.
Yeah, yeah.
sing that sing Euphoria there, and as
Johnny's been
per, I wish. Last
No, Johnny Logan.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was
He
like,
has.
you have to remember there's me as well, and my prolific singing career has only
Yes.
taken me as far as Paisley.
Did you write a winner for Linda Martin, Johnny?
Don't bring it up again.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I like that
Future
growth
president.
mindset.
Are we all aware that she's very likely going to run for president of Ireland?
Linda.
Oh.
Yeah, she said she has been approached to run. She was on RT1 News on the radio. The person, Oliver Callan, kind of jokingly said it, and she was like, well, there was murmurings and rumours. She's like, well, I
Well.
have been approached by a party. I'm not going to say
You
which
might not
party.
be used to speaking to what it says strong opinionated women.
Aye, yeah. Which will go down. It's her versus Conor McGregor potentially, which is quite a wild, like
That's a-
Twilight Zone scenario that we've got
quite
there.
the boxing
Is
match
Niamh
there.
Kavanagh going to throw her aubergine gilet into the ring, do you think? Do you think Niamh?
She's Minister for Defence.
Yes,
yeah. She's just that reliable.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Queen.
I
Aye.
like, and I think we're going to be discussing her later, but I do like Linda. She's a
Oh,
good
we
one.
love it.
yes.
We
Linda, yeah.
love Linda.
Put a little pin in her
we
for
put a pin
later.
in Linda.
She
Not
won't feel it.
Nah, she won't feel it.
tell us it's Ozempic. Just put
No, but so Levine was fabulous. She did that thing where she sings every variation of Euphoria they could ever imagine.
Yeah, the reggae
To the
one
point
was
where
great.
where you can actually sing along.
Yeah.
Everyone's, why can't this moment? And everyone's,
Oh yes.
why can't this moment last forevermore? It's always just
It
a
was-
little
yeah.
bit different.
Yes,
Don't
just-
get too comfortable.
I love the challenge of at one point when the edging was too much for some Glasgow and just went, you you could see Larry kind of like, oh, okay, I know what's
It's
coming.
time.
Yeah,
It's
It's
time.
okay. They're getting angry now.
Aw. Speaking of getting angry, I'm furious.
Oh,
Because we haven't touched on why Bella loves Eurovision in the first place.
That
I
was-
would
yeah.
love to know your segue and your gateway and your pathway into Eurovision. How did you get started?
Well, I was asked to represent the UK in 1961, but I had a job down the mine, so I couldn't. I think I'm trying to remember, and I'm confusing my memories of Eurovision with Going for Gold with Henry Kelly, because it's both things that I watched with my gran, where she encouraged us to boo for the Germans. But I do think the first time I watched it was with my gran, who sat knitting and would just give one word critiques like rotten, rubbish, chronic throughout after every song. So I think I seem to remember. I seem to end up being at my grand's when Eurovision was on for about 3 years in a row. So I think I got into it watching her, and I was just transfixed.
So that's where you got your discerning eye
It
and
is,
ear.
yes, and economy. Economy with criticism. Just one word.
Perfect.
I love that.
We
That's
were talking about our own gateways, and it does tend to be like, you know, who you're with is where is the most
Yes,
important
yes.
in a way. And I don't know, who did you start watching with? I'll start. She's eating a brownie. I started watching with two friends of mine, obviously girls, because as a gay person, you're not allowed to have any male friends.
No.
not at all.
So that was how like our little bubble of getting excited every year. And again, this is way before you're kind of chasing any of the acts beforehand.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
kind of seeing what's there on the night.
It's there before.
Funny you should say that, because someone else said that to me. I'll tell you who it was. Katrina. I was having a chat with her. That's the first name that I'm dropping this evening.
Nice.
Katrina said that she misses the fact that you didn't know what you were getting to the
Sure.
night. I mean, occasionally Gloria Hunniford a few weeks before would give you little snippets, little teasing. Yeah, she'd say, this is what...
A
on the
taste
night,
of honey.
A little taste of... That was her album. She made Gloria Hunniford made an album called Taste of Honey that's just been re-released on CD for the first time.
On CD.
On compact
The,
disc.
the mini disc is out
The
next
mini
week.
disc, yes. The wax cylinder is coming for Christmas. 4 different colours of vinyl for the...
Can't wait.
So, but because I remember we had Katrina on in the bar one night, and we were talking about it, and she said that she misses the fact that, you know, you've got the Tinterweb and you know about advance, you've got the favourites and people watching the rehearsals. But in the olden days, it was what's coming next. It was and there was a surprise, which you don't get nowadays.
Which would you prefer? Would you rather the mystery, the mystique, or would you
Yeah.
do you like the nonsense of January to May?
I do enjoy the nonsense because I'm a huge Melody Festival
Of course.
fan. I almost rival in Eurovision for my affections, and I do love all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And so I love the build up.
So you must have been there when Mons was
I
very
was.
unceremoniously.
I
Were you his
was.
shoulder to cry on?
I would have. He was in the hotel next door. I would have been. Well, do you know
He's
what?
had his hands full.
He's had
Showing
his-
redemption in the wall.
Yeah, and you're just there, Mons.
Is that Rita Hayworth? No,
Yes.
it's
Behind
Belliston.
that picture of Charlotte Pirelli in his room is me scratching away. Yes, it was very, because I do, well, it's not been an easy few weeks for Mons.
I'm
has
starting
it?
to feel quite sorry
And
for him,
it's
actually.
getting a bit
Although
grotty and a bit.
I think there's some things being revealed that
Yes.
might alleviate your sorrow for him. But I haven't substantiated that too much. But there's a lot of allegations of being a bad guy, to say the
Yes.
least.
And I'm
But-
rather disappointed because
Yeah,
I would like
yeah.
him very charming, very professional.
yeah.
But I think his only career option now is finding religion with Carola.
Oh,
'Cause
of
Carola
course.
is quite devout, and she's always going to Bethlehem, and she's got her own range of crucifixes now on sale, and she generally has.
Does she? Yeah.
She has her own range of
What's
crucifixes.
good? What's different? What's the Corolla twist on Jesus?
I think she thinks Jesus doesn't hate the gays. He just doesn't want to hear about them. I
Just-
think
yeah.
that's just it's
Over
fine.
there.
Just fine. Yes,
Yeah,
just the
just
thing.
over there.
So I think she does get a little bit of
And
flack from the LGBT community.
and her crucifixes, are they wearing her lovely outfit from, is it 1992 she won?
No, because that outfit is missing. And isn't that shocking? It's gone missing. I know, because in the museum there was an appeal for it. Said, if you know what happened to Carolas.
Can you imagine? Like they find it with
we'll
the
turn
Holy
round-
Grail
Yes,
or
imagine
something like
Carola.
that.
We'll
She
turn
would
around,
love
we
that.
won't be
Imagine
mad, just
her
secretly
and
put
Mons
it
find
away.
it to get. Yes, it was sort of an oversized business suit with a very
Yes.
gaping lapel, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that's missing. And there was an appeal, and if you know what's happened to it.
What
Well,
an outfit.
my
Yeah.
God, I do like Corolla though.
I do
She's
love her.
we stand a flawed queen.
She
What
be
can I
stand
say?
and do you know
Yeah.
what? She puts her shift in.
She really does. Last year's Melody Grand Prix in Norway,
Oh,
she
that was
was
tremendous.
fab.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she took the wrong turning and had to peg it. She had to get a 5K best going down that aisle. She was like, oh, she was fabulous.
See her at Park Run.
You will see at Park Run, she'd
Aye.
lap you. She,
Uh-huh.
She was in the one lap
would. She
race.
does love a leather short and a plastic Mac, though, doesn't she?
She's only human.
I feel that's where she'd benefit from having some more homosexuals in her life. They could probably
Yes.
steer her away from
So
those
people need
flammable
less
fabrics.
Jesus, is what you're trying
Less
to say.
Jesus
Yeah.
and more, personal
Yes,
shoppers.
Queen.
So you clearly are a Melfest attendee. Do you often go to the shows themselves, like the actual finale of Eurovision itself?
Yes, I've been in Vienna. I went to Stockholm. I've been in Lisbon, where I was actually pushed aside by Suri's Stage Invader. I could have potentially stopped him, but I didn't. Because I didn't. I thought, you know what? Don't get involved.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happened. Which while she
we all
was,
saw what happened.
we all saw what happened.
We were
with-
watching it together with
was
our
amazing.
friends, and we were stunned.
It was because he got over the barrier. And I thought, he just wants to get into the golden circle. That's fine. Then on the walkway and ran to the bridge. I thought, it's fine. Someone's going to stop him. Someone's going to stop him before he gets to.
Had it been any other nation, perhaps they would have intervened.
and I think
Which one is it? UK?
Just
Get him.
Yeah.
Not gonna win anyway.
Get her, Jade.
Just let
Get
him
her,
go.
Jade.
And then he got her, obviously. But do you know what? She picked up that microphone as she
She did
finished.
great coming back.
She picked up, because
Good
I
for her.
saw her look down and she picked up. And I thought, do you know what? Go on yourself. I thought, go on yourself. You've got the hair of Dame Judy and the spirit of Dame Vera Lynn. I thought, good for you. Because she followed that through and she finished.
That's not a bad song either. It's a bit bland, but it's
not a
fine.
good song.
Hey, sister. It's a bit bland.
It's
Slightly bland. I did sing it in Delmonico's, and we did a little thing where I thought, I'll sing it, tag her, and see how long it takes her to respond to the post. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So I think she was sitting with,
She's
someone
got
tagged me.
a main screen, absolutely.
Yeah.
Puri.
When
Love
people
that.
post apology videos and they can't spell, she's like, oh no, it's just.
I said, but bless her, she's, and I do follow her on the social medias, because I'm allowed a phone these days, and she just keep busy.
Am I right that she's been on the jury a few times? Am I crazy?
Oh, really?
about
I
that?
think she has.
That's
I
a good
could be-
gig.
I could be making that up. I know she's been involved in the Eurovision world for the UK, and I think possibly a jury member at one stage. I
That'd
could
be
be
a fun
wrong.
gig.
though.
And she's been a vocal coach as well, and she was obviously in the. Who was she one of the dancers for? She was a backing singer for someone who did
Scoosh.
quite well. Wasn't Scoosh? That all sounds like a feminine hygiene regime, doesn't it? It's a very unfortunate. I think now someone will fact check me. I think it might be in Belgium.
Okay.
It might have been Rhythm Inside.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Don't fact check me, but I think that.
Oh, we
might
don't do
there's
any
no
of that
fact
here.
I
checking
think
here,
she
don't
might
worry.
have been.
We don't do any of that
You could
here.
have said that she was Conchita's beard and we'd have believed
Yeah,
it.
we'd
you
believed
know.
her.
She might well be.
She might well be.
Poor Suri. I hope she's doing well.
What's been your favourite contest that you've either attended
my
or?
great
goodness
question.
gracious. It was undoubtedly Stockholm.
That is your
Stockholm
place.
2016. It was just tremendous, and not just the contest. They had the Euro Club where they would just have everyone on. They would have,
Yeah.
one night you went and Charlotte was on just doing a half an hour, and Carola was on one night, and they just Magnus Carlsen, who never quite made it to Eurovision.
Yeah.
He was in the later lineup of Alcazar. And he's
Yes.
tried a few times in Melody Festival.
Yes.
I was really happy that Alcazar were in Malmö last year because
Yeah,
I
it was
think they
nice.
are again a bit. I think they've never had that opportunity to really showcase on the Eurovision stage to the extent I think they deserve. I think
And
they're fab.
BWO.
Of course,
Because
yeah.
it would have been fabulous if they got there. So the whole kind of, and in wonderful the traffic lights played Euphoria and Heroes and Take
Oh
Your
my
Heaven.
God,
So you press the button on but a kind of slightly electronic version. You had to really
Like last
listen.
night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It was a remix.
Unpredictable.
It was
yeah.
the tour version, but it was. I think that whole thing. I remember then after the contest, we were at the Euro Club. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and the crowd just parted. And Lise Asia, the very first winner of Eurovision,
No way.
he was about 105 at the time, just came trotting through, wearing a full-length beaded gown and a tiara, waving, and it was wonderful. And the crowd just parted and just sauntered through. I thought, where else would you see that?
That's scarier than
Onto
you-
traffic.
Yeah, just,
Traffic, yeah.
help me.
Krishna didn't understand how the music worked. She went, "Oh,
No one invited her. She just turned up. Good luck.
Said her name
Bless
3
her.
times into a mirror. And
Lisa Asia turns up.
Yep.
R.I.P. Lisa Asia.
Oh, she away now?
She's away now.
Oh.
She did put a good shift in.
Well, listen. Fair play. It's 69 years ago as well, so that's a long time. So 2016, you're talking, yeah, wow.
What are you going to
Yes,
do
rough.
for the big 70th?
If we get that far, listen, we'll see what happens in a few
Oh,
months'
we'll
time. You know what I
see.
mean?
We'll
We'll see because because last year was ropey.
Yeah.
Because I did go to some of the semis last year in Malmo, and the atmosphere wasn't the same.
Everyone's said
It was
that,
slightly tense,
Yeah.
slightly fraught. I think it felt like Glasgow on an old firm day. There was just that slight element
Yeah.
of,
An edge.
of danger.
Petra
an
with a
edge.
bazooka just in
Petra,
case.
Petra, we love
That's the
Petra.
old firm you're talking about there.
Petra
now.
with a
Petra.
bazooka.
Petra with a bazooka.
Outside St Enoch's with the
Yeah.
And I do
Yeah.
feel sorry because I think they didn't get a good, because it should have been Sweden hosting Petra should have been
know.
wonderful, and it
100%.
just
Recipe for
it just
success,
didn't,
surely.
it just last year just didn't have.
No. It's the
some of the
concern
magic
this year.
was going on the day. It's a shame because some of the music from last year was fab.
Fantastic,
Was
yeah.
some great
But some of the magic and the whimsy of it all was a bit neglected. But
And I think they were lucky to have Petra because the crowd were not a Euro. It wasn't what you expect from Eurovision crowd. There was a lot of hostility. I think if it hadn't been Petra hosting,
Sure.
I think because they love the Eurovision audience, love
Yeah.
Petra as they should. So I think having her there was a very no.
Wise
It's
move.
Petra, so we're not going to. And I
Yeah,
think she,
bazookas down.
yes.
Put down your bazookas.
Just like Michael Jackson, that video, it's Petra.
Oh yes, that's Petra doing
Yeah,
that.
fantastic. And would you say how much of your performance and all, how is there any influence you feel in your performance and your bingo calling that comes from Eurovision, or any performance that you've done in the past?
Oh yes, I do a character called Nina Masaka, who is maybe a slight photocopy of Nana Mouskouri,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
of course represented Luxembourg. Was it Luxembourg? Well, Luxembourg, wasn't it? 1961, I think. So there's a very and I talk about the fact that the year she entered Eurovision, that she came 18th, and there were only 17 countries that year. So she does this little, and I love the
Yeah.
and I did a show where I play a lady who runs an amateur dramatic society in a very, very small Scottish town, and they made a bid for Eurovision to hold it in the church hall.
Class.
And they were worried about the capacity, but they were willing to open the back doors and
The
erect a
marquee.
gazebo. Yes,
Yeah.
with a little gazebo.
Have you seen the Rose of Tralee?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
The
you would
Rose of
love
Tralee.
Rose of
Do you know Father
Tralee.
Ted, the Lovely Girl competition?
Oh, yes,
It's the real version of that.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's a beauty pageant of sorts, but not about beauty, about like your kind heart and all that stuff. But it is. I've had people discuss. I think actually it would have been Niall maybe, but someone else has said like they'd love to have the Eurovision in Tralee. It's in a marquee. And like,
that's
you can see
wonderful.
the wind blowing, and every once in a while you can see the hair blowing in the wind and stuff.
wonderful.
That would be amazing. I think
That's
a nice
great. You
and a
would
big
love it.
tent in Ireland.
They need to get a bid in, don't they?
We need to win. That's the
They
problem.
need to win. Well, there's that. Bring back Jonny.
Get the cryogenics frozen. Get him out for a day.
Yeah.
If you
That's
get him on a
magic.
good day, you can still knock it out.
You
Jonny.
can. Yeah.
I know. Bless him.
God
I
love him.
I went to a concert in Linda Martin arranged this concert, and it was in the cathedral in Dublin, and it was herself and Neve and Jonny and
Yeah.
Dana, regional, not
One-
international.
IRA leader Dana.
Yes, don't speak. And then, and Johnny started walking down the aisle, singing "Hold Me Now," and women were going nuts and
100%.
screaming. And I thought, pull yourselves together. He got 2 rows away from me, and I started going, Johnny, Johnny. Something came over me. There's
Yeah.
something
There's
about
something
that
about
man.
Mr. Eurovision.
There's an aura.
There's an aura. He was wearing a very leather trousers that may have fitted him at one point.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say leather trousers based
He's-
on the December concert which
Yeah.
you were at.
Yes, yes.
Were you there?
I
Amsterdam.
was. It's an
Good fun.
absolute riot.
He really loves a leather trouser and a bejeweled
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Monstrosity.
Applique.
Yeah, he loves an
Applique.
applique.
He's very like his outfits are very much like fallen glam rock superstar.
Yes.
And he's not that. Joe, he was
No.
quite suave and stuff in his youth and Joe boyish curls and stuff. And now it's like he was like the second lead singer of Motley Crue. You know, it's
Yes,
mad.
he's got that look, hasn't he?
It's a shame.
Like he's been played by Bill Nye in a film. He's got that look, hasn't he? Just the sort of slight seediness.
It
about
is a
him.
bit grimy. God love him. Yeah, poor old Johnny.
Love it though. Bit rough.
A bit rough.
There was a period in the 80s before he won the second time where he went by Logan.
Oh, just Logan.
Logan.
Exclamation mark or no exclamation mark?
Question mark.
Oh, question mark. Yes.
Logan.
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 Hold me now. But yeah, fantastic. Good stuff. I love that.
Well, seeing as you seem to know what you're talking about, I thought we could maybe take a little trip down Bella's Eurovision Hall of Fame.
I'm looking
Yes.
forward to this.
I'd love to
'Cause
pick your
I've
brain.
not even seen the list, so this is blank canvas for Jay.
Well,
so
That's
I can't
exciting.
wait.
I gave myself rules, so I decided not to pick a winning. There's
Good.
no winning songs. Although
it.
card carrying ABBA fan club, we love ABBA, we love Waterloo. They're not in my top 5, but I do have to do that little because the ABBA fan club
Absolutely.
may ask me to surrender my membership, if I don't give them, because obviously
You have
Yeah,
to give back your
wonderful.
white sombrero.
get take back my white sombrero. So should I talk about my first one?
Please do.
Set the scene.
Is potentially my favourite ever Eurovision song. We're going way, way back to 1989, which of course was the year after Saint Celine won, and it's Birte Kar, who is Denmark's first lady of song. I've done a deep dive into her career, and she
Really?
is basically the Danish Dame Shirley Bassey. She is the national treasure. She's the
Wow.
beloved songstress. She tried several times to represent Denmark, and I think this was her 4th attempt. I have been to see her several times in concert, and she's still at it. She's in her 70s, and she's still out there doing her stuff.
Amazing.
And this song is just absolute joy to me. It translates as "We paint the town red." And she
Murder.
wears a red dress. You can see what she did there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Has she seen Red Sebastian yet of the of Belgium fame? Yet?
Oh, that she might need to sit down.
Might
and-
do a sue
Yeah,
that
they
shit.
might
might
do,
just
if she's
sit
feeling
down.
litigious, then she might get on it.
Well, she sounds
Well, do you know how I would love for you to tell me how you pronounce it.
the full title.
yes.
Vimala Berrod.
Oh, beautiful.
That was lovely.
Right, let's hear that
hit
then.
it.
Let's see it. I love this channel, by the way. I love all
With,
their-
with the orchestras.
yeah.
Yes. Some mad names there.
This is a distinction of having the composer also being on stage.
Oh, there's been a few of those. Like, oh, you mean like directly on
Yeah,
stage?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
Just You Wait as well has
Oh.
another distinction. I mean, this could be a hit today, couldn't
I
it?
Schlager City right away.
Here she comes.
Denmark loves a mullet.
She loves.
Du hænger lidt med hovedet, synes du alt er dronningrot. Ja, jeg
It's us.
kender jo til
It is you. You should it's the three of us.
Which one am I?
There she is.
Oh, she's
Oh,
got a mullet as well.
And I'll tell you this. She got to that age and stayed at it. She looks exactly the same as that
Yeah.
now.
Oh, amazing. She's got Scott Fitzgerald's hair. Oh, this is good. The guy on the left is left sharking it. He doesn't
Oh,
sing a
yeah.
word. He's not saying a word yet. Maybe he's going ooh. Oh, he is.
She's such a pro, isn't she? She's
Great.
oh,
She chose her favourite.
yeah.
and she was recently on Denmark's Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
as well.
really?
As a
As a
contestant.
contestant.
Wouldn't it be great if the dancers spun around like Spain? You
Oh,
know,
that-
They were just
ex
in the-
diva.
Oh, they meant Thora and they were naked.
Oh, now here's a quirk. Look,
Oh,
conductor's
oh,
joining in.
Benoit!
Benoit Goffman. So this is the Italy one.
Yugoslavia one
Oh,
this year.
I mean, that is a great one, to be fair. Rock Me Baby.
Rock Me Baby.
Great song.
Now Berta came third, and if I could go back and change one result, I'd like her to win.
Yeah.
That'd be my one.
Oh, there's three of them now. They're like Gizmo
That,
and the
that's
Gremlins.
producer Paul.
Pardon?
That's producer Paul and the two of us.
We can get my white tux, can we?
Yeah. Better than sitting there naked, like he does every week.
And she did appear on the Danish national selection about 3 years ago and wore that dress.
Oh,
She
amazing.
Febrezed
Oh,
it and rocked
That's
out. And
drop
she
dead gorgeous.
dropped
But look,
it.
it still
Still
fits.
fits.
Was it a comeback performance? Not comeback necessarily, but a halftime
Well, the
show.
netting was slightly limper than it was in 1989, but I think she was making a statement.
Which you would.
To say the least.
I did not love that she raised her left arm and they all raised their right.
Oh,
Oh yes, I'll take it all back.
What a pro.
oh, just wonderful.
My
I
God,
amazing.
love
just sheer
that.
and utter
Yeah.
joy.
What is it you think that separates her from all the lovely ladies and divas that you also appreciate?
I think just because I like that, we think we know the divas that we know, but we forget that in other countries they have divas.
100%.
They have their
Yeah.
own divas who have the same effect. The fans have the same affection that
totally
we
get
have
you.
for our
Yeah, yeah.
divas. And I love when you discover that she's had a whole career and I've
Storied
Absolutely.
past
Yes,
and
a
everything.
storied
Absolutely.
past, and
yeah.
I did get I combed the bookshops of Copenhagen to find there's a coffee table book about her called Denmark's favourite Birta. And I read it with Google Translate on my phone, and it's all
That
these
is
pictures.
class.
And she's done, she's appeared in, she's been a TV host. She's had, Betty and Bjorn wrote a song for her in 1971. And
Girl with the golden hair.
have the golden hair. So I just love that, there's this diva that we don't know about
Don't
who's
know
having a
about that.
fabulous career.
If Nana Houston was with you there watching that, what would be her economical word to describe the
Do you know what? I should say professional.
Oh, good.
Nice.
She'd
Good.
say Matt was professional.
Good. I like that. I totally
Nice.
agree.
Because such a pro.
Mhm.
Such a pro.
Very polished, very, very on point with everything there. That was I like
And
that a lot.
still at it and still going. Bless her.
That's
Fair
through the
play.
stars.
Impressive.
Impressive.
In fact, this Boxing Day, I saw her in an entirely Danish musical in Copenhagen about elves, where she played the cheerful grandmother, and at the end she came out in red and did that song. So it was worth it.
What happened at the end of the elves of the paint the
Don't
town
worry
red?
about it.
And then
Not that you would know.
they just stood back and she sung it. There,
Yes.
Oh, I love
happy elves.
happy elves, very happy elves.
Well, that was joyous.
It was
Now
good.
we're going
Good
to
start.
dart all the way across the continent
We
to
do.
a real. I mean, I love this woman.
Oh, isn't she?
Alla
Isn't she incredible?
Pugacheva. So, for context,
I'm
did
not
you know
a
her?
fan. I'm not fully aware. I
She
might
is
recognize
a
this song.
star. So she
Yeah.
is one of Russia's biggest exports. Period. So she was at one point she was described as the most successful Soviet performer ever. In the year 2000, this is great. The year 2000, New York Times called her the goddess of Russian pop music, Moscow's Tina Turner, with a touch of Edith Piaf.
Oh!
What a mix.
And I still remember dear Sir Terry Wogan's introduction to her. She came on. I won't tempt an Irish accent because you're here, my darling.
That's okay.
But he said she's got a pleasing baritone and she cuts her own hair, which I thought was lovely. Which I thought basically
That's
says
all
it
an
all.
Irishman
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
for
yeah.
a
That's
woman, to be
pleasing.
honest with you. Yeah.
Yes.
And I love the fact she's wearing an outfit that looks like Bette Midler on a day off. It's sort of a comfy jumper and a leggings, like she's about to take the bins out. And this song,
Absolutely.
I remember being, of course I was cheering for Katrina that year, but this, I actually picked up the landline and voted for this one.
Wow. That's, again, back in the day, that's
That's a commitment.
You were the
that's a
original Russian
mortgage
bot.
payment.
I
Yeah.
was the original Russian
Yeah.
bot.
She's in the emails now.
Because I think the only other time we were allowed to vote was when my mother voted for some poor soul doing Marty Pellow and Stars in Their Eyes. That's the only other time we were allowed to vote.
It probably was Marty Pellow.
Yeah.
as
It probably
well.
was
Yeah.
Marty Pellow.
Just anything for a buck.
Bless him.
I had a similar story to your Johnny walking down the aisle, where a colleague of mine years ago said she was part of this like feminist collective in uni, and they went to kind of not protest. Marty Pellow was playing Glasgow Uni. They went along just kind of ironically, and she said that the second he got on stage, she was like, they kind of started heckling him just to be a little bit rock and
With
roll
the
and edgy.
edge.
Yeah, but he took down his hair and they all started screaming.
Oh,
I
Which
have
I
to
love.
say, he's got the voice. Marty Pellow is a
Aye.
good singer. Oh, it was a good singer. I've not heard him recently.
oh.
He was on the Late Late Show last year, and it was okay. It was okay.
Oh,
I can remember
damning.
his teeth very clearly.
I think he's playing Edinburgh Castle in the summer, so you could treat yourself, get a wee ScotRail. have a
Maybe
wee
I
night
will.
out.
Maybe a guy who's a Scotch egg and go in the ScotRail. Either way, back to Russia.
Back to
We're
Russia.
going to see
What a
Alla
transition.
Pugacheva with Prima Donna.
Prima Donna. This is something special, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I know this.
It's one of the 47 contests that Ireland hosted.
Yes. This isn't Mill Street, is it?
This is the point.
The point is the point. Got
Like an
lyrics,
injured
guys.
bird with golden feathers. It's like if Adele hadn't, gone to
Yes.
Hollywood and
It's not really Tina Turner, but like Goldie Hawn.
There is a Goldie Hawn, isn't there?
oh,
With Jinx Monsoon.
But during the Death Becomes Her scene
Yes.
where she's in the facility. Madeline Ashton.
And those backing singers are emoting when they get to the chorus.
Not now.
Not
No,
now.
not right now.
They're quite serious now.
Actually, that backing singer looks like when Meryl Streep played the woman when the dingo stole her baby.
Yes.
Yes. Linda with the
yes.
severe fringe. Yes.
Bless her. Great voice.
Great,
Yeah.
stunning.
And talking with somebody who is a big LGBT proponent, forgive me. And in Russia, that's not always the
That's
done
not.
deal.
I mean, it's just diva, isn't it?
It is.
It's just
oh,
diva.
The
It's
heels as well need to be noted, by the way.
tottering on in those heels.
Yeah.
Bette Midler going in a shop.
Bette Midler doing a shop.
Getting her bits.
That's what
Bette Midler.
The last comeback.
Prima donna. There's get a bit more from the backing singers now. That they've realised they're in camera.
The key change that we all asked for.
We all want to.
That's all we need.
I think Katrina was backstage being like, we're
Well,
fine.
I did ask Katrina about her,
Ooh.
Oh.
and she said that she didn't want to speak to anyone because she just was focusing on the performance.
How about after then when she doesn't speak to them?
Oh, she was just drunk.
Yeah,
Just-
I just don't want to speak to you.
Yeah. I'm still focusing on the performance, but you're finished.
There's some hams going on the backing singers.
I was going to say there's a very
Okay, they're great. You really want Molly Tv's backing singers. Those are the ones you want.
Those are the ones you want. And she just does this little hair thing here that I absolutely adore.
hair thing.
She just a little.
Oh. Oh, she's great.
Oh, she doesn't know.
Absolutely.
That's. Oh, I
Yes.
love that. Just diva, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Dude. Tremendous. Tremendous.
Leave them wanting
Oh,
more.
sure. Terrific.
I mean, much like Beatrice, what we're seeing is a pro, is a diva who knows stage presence, and she can just stand there.
We're seeing a
and
theme
we're
form in
seeing a
Bella.
theme. Well, how do you think? Do you think I'm drawn to the slightly glamorous, dramatic
Power
women?
woman, yeah, who knew? I really enjoyed it. I have seen bits of that. I'm sure I've watched like the Eurovisions that were in Ireland in the past. I do recognize it, but I think it's my first time watching it fully fledged. That was great.
That was a show.
Is she your favourite Russian entrant?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And I remember she was interviewed on Eurotrash, if you remember
Oh,
Eurotrash.
yes, I remember
They did-
having the volume down
We
to
did-
maybe
Yes,
two.
We didn't have
Yes.
channels in Ireland,
Oh.
but a friend on the bus might have seen it once or twice. Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember Channel 4 started off quite nice. You got Friends and we got Ellen, and then as the night went on, it got grottier and grottier.
Yeah.
And you ended up, the back of 11 with Eurotrash. I think it's time to go to bed now.
Yeah.
And she was being interviewed on that. And I
of
remember her
course.
saying, "You don't know about me yet." It sounded like a threat.
You're going to find out.
And I found it quite exciting, to be honest.
No, I thought Eurotrash always gave you the platform about some of the divas that we now appreciate. Lola Ferrara. She was on Eurotrash. I don't know if you know her. She's got she was a French singer with at one point the largest breasts in the world, according to her own
Hands.
Yep.
Okay.
Her own kitchen
And
skills.
she was known as a singer.
Yes, definitely.
Legally, yes. So
Legally.
she had a song called Airbag, or like Airbag.
Plural, surely.
Yeah. What was it called? It's exactly what you think it is. It's dreadful.
Yeah.
So naturally, I listened to it quite a lot.
Naturally, Serge Gainsbourg wrote her 4 songs. Or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Amuse.
Um,
Amuse Bouche.
what did he see in her?
Who knows?
Yes, I like
himself.
Eurotrash would give you people now. You'd be like, oh, of
Yes.
course she was on
That's what I'm talking
Eurotrash.
And what I loved about that last one is because you saw it that night and then you didn't see it for years because this is before the YouTubes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you couldn't walk into Woolworths and say, "Oh, have you got prima donna?" You could. So that was it. So when the YouTube became a thing,
The
you're probably
archive
too
was
young,
open.
but you're a youngster as well.
Just a
But when we
baby.
suddenly YouTube, you could think, "Oh, I wonder if they've got all they do," and you could suddenly unlock all these
rekindle
one.
that.
these
That's
We
lovely,
were
yeah.
talking recently for a few months ago now, but my first favourite winner was probably Ruslana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first year that you were able to find the music online.
Yes.
So it was like LimeWire. I went to a friend's house, aforementioned girlfriend's house, and they had LimeWire. So we downloaded Wild Dances, and that
Just
was my
danced away.
yes, and danced
Yeah, yeah.
away.
I did see Rosanna performing in a car park in Lisbon once, and it was probably the noisiest thing I've ever heard. It wasn't. It was loud. But I saw her sound check,
No
and
mic.
that was no mic, just shouting.
Yeah.
I think she had a car boot sale. To be honest, I think she was selling her furry boots, just shouting.
Yeah.
A loud.
Would anyone
loud
like a
voice.
scythe?
Would anyone like a
That's a borscht.
Yes.
Who's
anyone-
next?
Oh, we're going to jump all the way back over the continent
Oh.
again.
We're going to get
So
whiplash.
can you actually, before we talk about it, can you explain your affinity for Sweden?
Oh, I do have an affinity for Sweden. I don't know what it is. Well, obviously there's the ABBA connection. I absolutely adore ABBA. Love Melody Festival, and if you've been to, as you are now, I know you've got some Swedish in you, my darling. I know
I can't claim to have any of my own. My cousins live in Stockholm. I'm going to jump ahead to my boom later on because I do have a vaguely Stockholm related boom for later. But I've been to Stockholm and Gothenburg, and I loved them both. Fabulous cities. You're a blonde. Do you think there's maybe some Swedish in Bella?
Oh, I hope so. I might do that thing where you spit into an envelope and send it away, and then 6 weeks later they tell you, that you were
You're Angolan.
Yeah.
you're Angolan. Yes, I might do that. 'cause
Yeah. This is
Probably
a nice
find out
idea.
something very bleak. It's from Castle Milk, probably. Castle Milk and Oban.
Oh.
But I do love. I mean, I suppose you'd call me a Swedophile. I do enjoy. I suppose you would, my dears. It's my passport. But I do enjoy the. I like the fact that Swedish people like to get involved in
I
things.
totally agree.
You know, I love
Yeah.
that you. I don't know, sing along a Skansen if you're aware of this. That the Santa, well, the person I've given it away. The person. It's a
Cut the show.
I'm sorry. It used to host a show. It's still going where I think because like I say a bleak winter. So in the summer they like being outside and they have this wonderful show in Skansen where people just go and sing and they pass around a microphone and people on the audience just sing. And I think there's something just very, very pure and fun about that. And Swedish people just love to join in.
I think that's what
Great
we've
singers too.
discussed that before on the podcast. Like when you look at Melody Festival, and it's all ages and families, and
Absolutely.
there's people there for a night out on the beer, but
Yeah.
there's just simply 2 seats away, a whole family who go every year. I
Yes.
love that. I think that's a fantastic thing.
And because I've been several times to the finals, huge arenas. It's It's
absolutely.
now called the Strawberry. It used to be the Friends Arena, and I don't know how many thousands it seats. 18,000 or
Yeah.
something.
A
Full.
whole punnet.
And there'll be a whole load of, as you say, there'll be families and little kids who've made
Yeah.
signs for their favourites.
Fedoras.
Fedoras. There's balloons.
balloons.
There's the Melody Festival and tourists. Obviously, the homosexuals who've gone over say that there's stag do's there. There's hen do's.
Yeah.
And it's very wholesome. And it's something I think maybe Eurovision has lost slightly.
I would totally agree.
In the actual live events is the sort of the family and the sort of the community. It becomes because there's a lot of competitiveness with Eurovision fans and there's a bit of gatekeeping that goes on. I'm sorry to talk about these issues, but there's a little bit of gatekeeping. I think Melody Festival and it is just
But I'll have a fun.
a little pure and wholesome. And when I've been there, people have said, "Oh, so you come," and they're astounded that people come over and show an interest in this. And
Yeah.
I sort of think the Swedes view it different from Eurovision. I think it's its own thing.
Yeah,
My
so-
friend, my cousin Johan, will watch.
We're
We're not friends.
We're not friends.
He'll watch Melfest every year, but I don't think he's that bothered about Eurovision.
No, I think that's the thing because
It's a different beast.
Yeah.
And
they did a thing in one of the Swedish national papers, and it's what's the most exciting day of the year, and I think it was Christmas, going on holiday, Melody Festival and final, which I think is lovely. That it's still a
thing in
it's
their
still a
culture.
thing.
Yeah.
I thank goodness for it because it produces divas
Oh.
like Miss Sanna Nielsen.
This person's not been mentioned on the podcast episode.
No,
so,
you've
no,
not
no, we've not.
mentioned
This is
it.
this is her inauguration.
so tell us about Sanna.
Sanna Nielsen, she won Melody Festival on her 7th attempt.
Wow.
7 attempts. She was a bit like Linda.
Was that a life lesson? Yeah.
Life lesson. She persevered. She is again a diva. I'm dropping another name. I had the pleasure of meeting her last year, and she is the loveliest woman.
Yeah.
I'm going to be controversial. I think this song should have won over Conchita, who won. I know I've said it. I've said it now. I think this is an example of what Sweden do very well, just a beautifully crafted pop song.
Yeah.
I know this year they've gone rogue, because I quite like they've gone rogue
I quite
this
like
year.
this one actually. It's
I
really
like
cool of
this
me.
It's
year
not
they've got-
grown on me just yet, but it's getting there. It's
Yeah.
very catchy.
I don't
I
think it
think-
deserves to win.
No.
But it's certainly good fun.
It reminds me of my Auntie May, who was always very straight-laced, and then one Christmas just absolutely legless and was an absolute hoot. I think after Loreen, the first victory, they've gone very, very serious
Serious.
pop songs. They said, do you know what?
Three boys in a sauna.
Yes, 'cause 3 boys in a sauna. Because last few years, they've not scored terribly well on the public
Yes.
vote. And the songs that have, I don't mean to be disparaging, but are the songs that are a little bit like rattling door keys at a baby. You know, there's the I don't mean to, you know, I'm not going to name
Listen,
names.
don't sugarcoat it.
I'm not gonna name names. Cha cha cha. You know, songs that have obviously are just
Rum digga digga dum
yes,
dum dum.
and I think
Konya dum dum to the
and
face.
you mentioned it. It's a song that if you don't watch Eurovision, you're sitting with a drink. That's the song that I'm gonna vote for that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna vote for the beautifully crafted
Totally
song.
And there's
I'm gonna
something
vote
to
for
be
the
said
song.
for that. It's like it's nice to have those little moments that you can't, predict, and that's where the magic comes from. But let's
But
watch
this song,
Undo.
I think a just impeccable piece of pop music, beautifully performed by a legend.
Let's
see
hear
it.
it.
Sanna Nielsen, Undo.
That's a Swedish flag, Bella, so you shouldn't.
It's alive. Is this a Jimmy Joker? No. K1. Who's that? Let's find out.
Chills.
Chills,
Chills. Chills.
Silent, I can wait her
And how stunning does she look as well, can we just say?
It's very much just the same now.
She looks exactly the same beautiful skin.
Nothing, I just stood for nothing, so I fell for everything you said. Hear the rumble,
Lovely.
hear
A
my
lullaby, make me sleep.
No,
Wake me up when it's over.
silent, I can wait her silent. Gotta make a change and make some noise. Undo myself, undo what hurts.
This is the audience as well.
There's the crowd in and early. Is
I found myself actually becoming more quiet.
My pain gonna get out through the rain. I know that I am over you.
And there's someone who's come back to Melfest time and time
Yeah.
again.
And didn't have a strop.
No, didn't have a
No,
straw.
listen, that's again. I said about Ireland as well. This culture of trying once and going, well, F you, needs to stop. You know, it's just,
Okay, I was thinking that Levine last night actually. That's somebody who had tried Melfest quite a few times
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yes.
And they just write songs.
And once in between, didn't
Yeah.
even get to the final.
Yeah.
And
Statements.
didn't play that last night.
Didn't, no, they did play Statements.
Oh, they did. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
And she has a good career in musical theatre as well.
Oh, really?
She played Fanny in Funny Girl.
Oh.
Some light bill.
Oh, I know.
She's not worried, is she, about
No.
quarterly?
All those taxes in Sweden. Huh?
I know. That quality of life though, you can't knock it. It's very different to Rise Like a Phoenix though.
Very different. And I think another year this could have won. I
Mhm.
really do think.
Yeah.
It's got that energy. It's got a winner's energy. I would agree with you.
And here we go. This is what. There we are.
Yeah.
That's
She's actually not allowed to leave those lasers.
No, I was gonna
She
say,
will.
She's very trapped.
Yeah.
She will die.
They're lightsabers.
Yeah. She's actually still there.
perfect.
It's like when you watch the Britney Spears Instagram videos and you realise she was telling you all along she was in
She's
danger.
signalling, wasn't she?
Undo.
Nailed it.
And again, the dress is not overly like
No.
bombastic.
Yes. Oh, well done,
Sarah.
Lovely.
Well
Very
done.
nice.
What would you
Nice.
suggest undoing yourself means? What's the message? What's the vibe?
It's like when you've put your sandals on, they're a bit too tight.
Yes,
and
a
you,
bit too.
And you undo
Or-
yourself.
Yeah.
Or
I like
after
it.
your Christmas dinner, and you know the king's
Ah,
been
the
on,
wee-
you think, do you know what? Just I'm letting myself
I
just
let
have
myself
a
go a
little.
little
For those
bit.
of you that eat, obviously, I mean,
I couldn't relate.
What's it like?
what's it like?
I liked it a lot. It was lovely. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Joyous.
Enjoyed it. Very professional. Again, what would Nana say?
What would Nan? I think she'd probably say presentable.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Think
That's the
'cause-
highest
because,
praise a
yes,
grandmother can
presentable.
give.
She looks presentable.
Oh, good to know. Well,
Oh,
I don't even know how to begin.
Look who's
I don't know
coming.
how
Mom,
Okay, mother.
Honestly, where do you begin?
And that's Noel Keelan as well.
Oh, good old Noel, my goodness.
What a
Was
man.
it what a man he
I
was.
love when the
indeed.
Dutch see his name and they panic, which is funny because Irish people see Dutch names are like, oh, Schloopy Dooby. And they're like, now Al Kahaken.
Do you remember when the dear old Richard and Judy, poor old Judy, they were had the French footballer David Ginola and Judy. I mean, she'd probably had a wee refreshment.
A few Ginolas herself.
And she's saying, and we've got the French footballer, and you could see her squinting at the article. She goes, David Gingles.
The most quintessentially
Yes.
French man you can ever meet, called the Gingle.
her eyes just narrowed slightly. I thought, she's in
Judy.
trouble.
Here she
Judy's
is.
in trouble.
Judy.
God bless her.
Well, we're about to listen to Linda
I
Martin.
can just
and
close our eyes and imagine it, because it's burned into my eardrums.
I just don't
in
know
the
where
best
to
way
begin with
possible.
Linda. For those who might somehow not be aware, Linda is a Eurovision legend. This is her first attempt. No, maybe not first. Did Eurosong probably
Yeah,
or
she-
something
first.
equivalent. But
She did Eurosong 10 times.
yes,
Won twice.
But this was her. She came really close. She came second with Terminal 3. I learned a really fun fact about this actually. So she's singing about her feelings while waiting for her lover
Yeah.
to disembark from a flight from the US. The promotional video features Martin travelling to and eventually meeting her lover at Dublin Airport, which was a single terminal airport at the time and still does not have a Terminal 3.
Terminal
Oh, Linda, that's why. That's why he
She's still
wasn't there.
looking. My parents, they talk about going seeing Linda Martin back in the day in the show
Right.
bands and going for dances, and
Yes,
she'd
she
go
was-
to, it was a chipper, I think it was called Dirty Dick's in Limerick, so it's still there, and she'd go there after the show and people would flock to the chipper as well. Like all the show bands would go there, but Dad remembers like Joe kind of chasing after the Linda Martin party bus.
Amazing.
And what's wonderful, Linda, is that she has full-heartedly just embraced the Eurovision fan base and community.
Yeah.
And she got everywhere. Again, I've probably seen her more times than I've seen my friends, because she just turns up to everything. And she's
Everything.
all utter pro
Absolutely.
and has an opinion on every year.
I
She knows
bet.
every song.
Well, she only came second to the Harrys.
She did
Diggy
indeed.
loo,
Diggy
diggy lay, the good, the blay. And that's like a banger, but she would come back victorious with Why Me, of course, another Jonny.
And as Terry Wogan said at the end, why not?
That's quality.
And that
Terry.
that performance of Why Me is tremendous, and that's a song that is elevated by having the live orchestra. And
yes.
I'm old and I like a live orchestra, but there are certain songs like, oh, if Sana had a live orchestra,
I think
that would
my wife was discussing that. I think was it Albania this year had the orchestra with
Yeah.
us for
Yes,
Jerem, and
of
she's like, it just
course.
adds
Yes.
to so
Well,
much.
San Remo every year has their,
Yeah, of course.
and again, it adds an interesting element to it.
It really does.
And if you listen to Katrina's winning performance, the orchestra's tremendous. There's a wonderful brass section going on, and I thought, actually, do you know what? That's a song that an orchestra just lifts.
Yeah.
Bring back the tubes, that's what I
Bring
say.
back the tuba. That's
Right.
right.
Terminal 3, tickets
Right
at the
on
ready,
time.
please. This is so good.
Give us a spin, Linda.
Go on, Linda. You paid for that boiler suit. Work it.
Yeah. Slow
That's
spin.
spin.
Oh,
Tremendous.
look at her.
It's amazing. She went straight from this final performance to her karate lessons right after.
Yes. And she got her blue belt.
Got her blue belt.
Those pearls are a choice.
There are a
Aye.
choice. And a lopsided earring.
Terminal 3, that's unknown.
Oh. The plinth of backing singers, everything.
The hair. Oh,
And I
Natu-
love,
natural.
love it.
I love those early wireless microphones.
Yeah,
They look like an
yeah.
air freshener tin.
You know that hair dye is illegal now.
Oh,
Joe,
yes,
would
it is. It's
Yeah.
the blinded children in
Yeah,
Abbey.
after all those raccoons died.
And we haven't mentioned written by Johnny Logan.
I mean, this could be a Pat Benatar song.
It could be.
Oh, absolutely. She loves planes.
Famously.
Loves them.
She's always at Prestwick Airport, Pat Benatar.
I know.
Can't get away from it. The binoculars.
I can't get on board with that kitten heel though.
A wee kiss and feel.
Forgive us.
Oh, two hands now, you see, yes. Just to drive
You
it
thought I
home.
could only do one. No, I'll do
She's
none.
in air traffic control.
That's what she's doing. Is
Fly to me on the wings of all you meant to be. Memories like a dream I've had to find.
I know someone who once went to a hen do where the theme was Linda Martin,
Oh,
and they all
tremendous.
dressed up as Linda, and they got a message from her. She was tickled
Was she
that they were all
delighted?
dressed as Linda Martin. If you could have a themed party and the theme is one particular Eurovision person, who would it be? Would it be
That's a
Berta?
great question.
Oh, I think
I'd go Jonny probably.
Good
but that's
Jonny.
still-
Yeah.
you just want us just to wear a leather trouser, don't you, dear? You're excuse.
That and burger grease.
I think I'd have a Katie Boyle
Oh,
themed party.
yes. Love her.
A lot of ostrich feathers.
I wish she got more shine in the ether.
I think she needs. I do have her self-help book, which tells you.
Going off the boil.
It tells you if you lose your luggage, it tells you how to make 5 different tops from a piece of cloth. It's very. So Linda, there was Linda giving
that
her
was absolutely
considerable.
joyous.
Oh,
I
so
just-
impressive.
I just loved it so much.
I really a legend in Ireland, obviously a legend in Eurovision, and I think quite a songbook you've given us there, Bella.
I know.
I've given you a deep dive into the divas. I have a
Mhm.
lot of
Mm.
divas.
What about
Divas.
this year? How are you feeling about their current lineup?
Do you know this year? I surprisingly. Denmark are ticking a lot of my
Well.
boxes. And again, I'm going to drop a name. I did meet her at Melody Festival, and she was very worried about the Scottish people with Brexit. That was the main topic of
Oh.
conversation. I wanted to speak to her about her song, and of course, my darling Beata performed at the national final
Oh,
Denmark. So I
great.
wanted to ask if she'd met her, if she offered any
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
But she wanted to ask about Brexit. She was very worried about us.
The
but I-
border and
Girl
stuff like
same.
that.
Yes, she was because she's from the Faroe Islands.
Oh, is she Faroe
Yeah,
Islands?
she's from the Faroe Islands, and she was very worried. She said
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't seem fair. We're getting political. I don't want to get political.
Oh, listen,
Oh,
let's big up the Fair
you
You
Islands
know,
Islands
actually, people do
geopolitics.
tune into
Yes.
us for our political take on most
I
things.
call
So,
on Faroe Islands.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Unfair.
Because I tried to offer my congratulations. She said, well, yes, but where are you from? And then she launched into her a
tirade.
diatribe
I
about them.
love her. We played her last
She's
week
great.
finally, and
Fabulous
that's
voice.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
giving my 12 to so far.
And I do believe, though they've announced, I don't think they're doing any tweaks for the staging, but I think it needs tweaking.
It needs a bit of
Oh, they're
some
not
tweak.
doing
There's-
tweaks.
No,
So it's
I
a bigger
think-
stage, so
yes,
they have to think of something.
They need some tweaking, I think, yes, because I don't think it's final
Even just
ready.
the outfit alone, because it could be. We talked a lot about negative space and lighting and things.
Yeah.
It could be very minimal, and
Yes,
but that's
and
a deliberate
quite
choice.
intense and
Close
yes,
up.
Uh-huh,
and
yes.
everything
but
else,
the-
but
the
that's-
leotard
has to be
has to
a
go.
No,
couple.
the leotard has to go.
I would
no.
say so. Any other thoughts, feelings? What your top 3 shaping up like?
Well, I know it's been very divisive. I like Austria.
Yeah.
I like Austria, but I
That's
admire
the-
it more than love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I think
I
I think
think-
that's going to win.
I think that's
win.
going to get the juries
100%.
absolutely.
Certainly.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll be, in 5 years' time. I don't think we'll be going absolutely nuts when that's played. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
And I have just been walking around Morrison's just randomly shouting "Poison" for weeks and weeks and weeks. For weeks. Do you know the way I usually go around singing moonpig.com? I've been working
Poison
poison.
cake in my cauldron,
It's-
boil and
it's-
bake.
it's in there. And I just think for the audacity of it, I do like Sweden just because they've gone
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
gone rogue this year, and I like
Just
it.
have you seen the video for Poison Cake? He
No.
released, and it's got nothing to do with cakes.
Is it nothing at
It's
all?
him in a pond with a snake writhing.
I feel that's missed.
That's
And
cross.
it's an anaconda, so
metaphors.
it's not a venomous snake either. So it's not
Oh.
a poison. You know, it's
I feel that's missed a potential sponsorship from Greg's. I think they could have gone. They could have struck a deal,
yeah,
couldn't they?
the
Been
Poison Cake.
inundated with Battenberg, couldn't they?
No, listen, we've all been there. But absolutely, it was a real missed. It's like it's they gave him a budget. And he's like, I want to make an artsy, cool video,
Yes, I think
good
so.
for the gram, and it's got nothing to do with the song,
I want
which
one
I
of those
loved
black.
as well because he was like, I'm having my me time.
I want one of the black chef hats.
Those chefs' hats are they look multifunctional,
They're
don't they?
cute. I like them a lot. Oh, I'm so happy you said that.
No, I think, but this year I don't. I think I could go anyway. This year, I think.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
real mixed bag.
so far, according to Eurovision World News, the kind of the poll, they ask everybody who do you think is going to win, and coming in first is Sweden.
Really?
18% of the vote, followed by
Wow.
Austria.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's maybe just like a the gimmick of Sweden is
Yeah.
is such.
It's right in the forefront of the mind.
I'm really
right now.
happy that France has managed to kind of eke its way to. Norway's is the top 10, funnily enough.
Do love.
Norway's picking up speed. Very good dancer live in
He is a
Sunday.
good dancer.
I know you weren't terribly. Because I watched. You weren't terribly keen. You found France a bit boring, I believe. I love a chanteuse. You see, I love a bit of French. I loved Voila
I
a few
love
years
Voila,
ago,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I loved. I like sort of the 70s ones.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
any sort of women a bit chiffon
Un
singing
Arbre,
French.
Un La Rue. What's that one again?
Yes, there's always a
Could be Luxembourg. Maybe.
yes the bird the bird the bench and of course Anne Marie David, the one for Luxembourg. I love someone emoting in French is a bit
It is
chiffon.
great.
Just-
Yeah,
It is great.
It's quite
I've got
nice.
a type, haven't I? I've
Yeah,
got a
we've,
type.
we've seen it.
We've
Yes.
seen my
We've seen the
type.
type, and it's hairspray induced.
Hairspray and
Yeah,
chiffon.
Absolutely. I think we should now segue nicely into our booms, our bangs, and our bangs for the week. And for those who don't remember, our boom is something that's really getting in our wick. It's something that's boiling our blood, whether it's in the Eurovision sphere or outside. Bella, would you like to start? What's your boom for the week?
Well, do you know, I like to be a live and let live kind of gal, but I'm going to go right in there with the burning issues. The traffic lights at Byers Road. The traffic lights at Byers Road. All you want to do is get across to the Oxfam Music and have a rummage to see if there's a Hazel Dean 7-inch you don't have. And you're there for what seems like 3 seasons of Borgen. You're standing there. Button, and then they give you about 4 seconds to get across the road. So that's my boom, and that's a little one, but it's one that's been bubbling up. Been
Nothing
bubbling
was
up
the
for me.
bubbling boom.
Bubbling.
What about you, Jay?
And I'll sort it out.
Oh,
I'll
to
sort-
apologise?
No,
More booms?
Don't you? I've got one slight. It's
You
this
boom
thing,
away.
It's this thing called High Rocks. Have you heard of this?
I have.
You have heard.
High
Hard to tell.
Rocks.
Are you partaking of it?
No, I have a cousin who partakes.
It's a well, I said religious. That was a it wasn't it? It's a cult.
It's a cult for CrossFit people.
It's a CrossFit, but not CrossFit. 'Cause it's
Angry
got-
fit.
Angry fit.
Ah.
It's a lot of very, very buff men. But there seems to be a little emporium that they do their training quite near where I live. I won't say where that is because I don't want to be inundated with perverts ringing my buzzer. But they seem to train and run around my area with their tops off
Awful.
about 5:30 on a Tuesday, and there's no need for it.
No.
There's no. I just
Having
I
your
feel it's
chips.
performative. And Jonathan, I know you are an athlete yourself, a magnificent long distance runner. I know you're too modest to speak of it, but this is going a bit far. I think just put your top on. There's no need. There's
Was,
no
was that an
need.
intentional joke that he's a distance runner and it's going too far?
Oh, I wish I had been. I wish I planned my
Oh.
material like
That's
that.
That was great. I liked it. My boom is also like a small thing, and I hope it's identifiable. It's the Jonny, you drop a thing. Mine was the train ticket today on the way out my train, and it takes you about 4 goes to pick it up.
Yes.
But it's the 4 goes of a no, no, and it's just it makes you really think you're useless. So that's my boom is trying more than 3 times to pick up an insignificant thing, and it beats me every time.
Have you ever done that thing where you've tried to hoover up a bit of dust 4 times and then you pick up, look at it, and put it back down again and try and hoover it up again
Absolutely
rather than
have.
yes.
You want
Is that-
you want that victory?
You want that bit? No, I'm not.
I've picked things up and just put it to the thing like
yes,
a slow.
yes. You think no? I want
Yeah,
the.
you're going into this.
I want the
100%.
satisfaction. I want the.
Yeah, so that's the little life I lead.
Like Loreen on stage last night in her little vacuum.
She hoovered it up. Yeah.
Mhm. My boom is thanks to a little lady called Stephanie Germanotta for announcing her Mayhem Ball tour. Not a Glasgow dating site.
Oh, was there not?
No.
Barely even it's a Manchester and a London, but the dates are homophobic. The dates are sans exist pas, a helpful date for the nature of our regular
Sure.
day-to-day jobs. Every silver lining has a cloud. But unfortunately, I think I'm not going to be able to get to the Mayhem Ball.
Oh.
But I would maybe like to go and see it in Stockholm.
Oh.
If I can muster up the funds and the will.
So if Supercube are listening, if you want to finance Johnny Stone's travel over to Stockholm to see Steph, his pal, that'd be great if you could fund that.
I know.
I'm happy to see, I don't know, that dress you saw in the ABBA Museum. That would do me.
Yes, that would your.
Yeah.
That would treat that.
Yeah, absolutely lovely.
Mhm.
More leather trousers.
Do we have time for one bang? My bang. I'm going to Paris soon. And you were talking about European divas. I'm very excited to go and see one of my favourite Parisian divas walking tour, Dalida.
Oh, how wonderful!
For those who are not
yes.
aware of Dalida, she is a Franco-Italian Egyptian pop star
Yes.
from
Wow.
the 60s onwards. Of course, she had a miserable, tragic life. So naturally, we love her. And she's a handsome woman.
Handsome woman.
I'm looking
Handsome woman.
handsome woman. I can't wait to see her bust.
Can't wait to see her bust.
Mhm.
My Bang was a quick thank you, I guess, to I had my show last week, Exnov. It was a sellout, which was a fantastic experience. Went very, very well. People laughed. People told me that before I started, kind of acquaintances said that they were nervous, but felt better once I got the first laugh, and they were like, oh, he actually is funny. So that was a really nice feeling. So if you came out and saw the show, thank you very much. It was greatly appreciated.
It was very good.
Up next, I'm doing bingo on Sundays in Delmonico's.
You are, yes.
Coming
In
for
my
the crown.
frocks.
Yes.
Yes.
And Bella, take us out with your
What's your
bang.
bang?
My bang is being asked to be here today. So thank you for that.
Stop.
A
And
sweet one.
getting to infect you all with my random divas from the dark corners of the YouTube. So there we are.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
The pleasure has been all ours. Thank you so much for being our first guest. It's been wonderful to have you.
Been great.
I might see you again.
You might, and you might have to sponge down.
I
this
did actually
seat, 'cause
wonder
I
we
am
should
an
have
older
put
lady
down
and
a tarp.
It has been an hour.
Pause.
Where
With
can
the
people
Febreze in
find you,
hand.
Bella?
You can find me. I'm in Delmonico's every Sunday night. I'm in Speakeasy every Friday night, and I turn up wherever you want me. If you're willing to pay for, an Uber and a sparkling water, I'll be there.
Fabulous. But on that note, Jay, thank you as always.
You're very welcome.
To boom, to bang, and to bang.